All right. I know I always begin my videos off that way, but I don't know how else to start them, but this one's kind of a downer. So, I do some back end work for a unemployment advocate group. So what they do is they collect up information from individuals that are having unemployment issues here in Kentucky, and in order to kind of advocate for them. And so what I do with them is I set up their back end for form submissions and their data on the back end. And one of the things is the state doesn't release this data. I don't know if they track it, if they even bother to ask. They don't release it. So over the last 4 or 5 days that the data's been up there, people have been responding. We've gotten 56 total responses in on this form. And what we do is we take their information down and we create letters to the governor and to the House reps and things like that, and then specifically try to use the few influence that people have in order to, well, this is what the group does, the influence that people have, like myself, to try to maybe get the worst cases resolved. But it's difficult for them. So I just want to share some hard stats for you guys. So over the last 3, 4, 5, 6 days, we've had 56 responses. Of those 56 responses, 26 haven't been paid unemployment for 5+ weeks or more. 22 of them are going hungry and cannot afford food. 13 of them have had their car repossessed. 4 of them evicted before eviction mortuary was put in. 20 that are sitting in a place where they would be evicted if they would have been able to be evicted if it wasn't for their eviction mortuary. 9 have had their electricity cut. 10 have had their water cut. Let's see here. 30 of them first applied for benefits before June of 2020. Let's see. 20, like I said, would be evicted. 2 have that we're aware of have committed suicide while waiting for their unemployment. And that is out of just 56 responses. And the backlog for unemployment here in Kentucky is currently, according to Andy, 80,000-ish, 70,000-ish, but he thinks over half of them are fraud. I know a lot of people don't quite understand why we do what we do, but at the same time, I don't see how you can stand up for this man when out of 56 responses, around half of them can't afford food. I don't know how you think that's okay. I don't quite understand why nobody cares about it and nobody's asking about it. I mean, obviously we are, but I don't see why it's just not important. I was not expecting, I'll tell you this much, I was not expecting this amount of response. And like I said, I just work in the data on the back end on it, and it's bad. And I literally do not understand what is going on. And I don't understand how you defend them. To all those people saying Andy's doing a great job, you know what? I got 2 suicides because he can't get them unemployment after he took his job that disagrees with you. I've got 22 people who don't have food in their fridge because they don't have a job and he can't get them the unemployment that their employer paid into, would disagree with you. At a certain point, it becomes, quite frankly, unacceptable. We've gone over this before. If every single person under 30 in the state caught COVID, we'd have a total of 43 deaths. The minute you accept the fact that more than 43, and I don't think you have to be a genius to figure this out, more than 43 people in that age group have died. Even the minute you can accept the fact that at least 44 have, one life more than what COVID would have killed, you are now admitting that he is trading lives, not saving them. Now, he may be trading that one life for 3,000 or what have you, but you have to admit he's at least trading and he's not saving. And the minute you admit that, we can now have a conversation about whether or not one man deserves to be in a moral position to make that call. Because I say no. And on the same hand, I've got 56 people in just a few days that feel hopeless and lost. And, you know, they don't get their own 4 o'clock hour every day. No, instead he spends that time, you know, dragging us through the mud or talking about his impeachment or talking about whoever died of COVID the prior day according to his stats. But I don't know if he isn't tracking it or if he just doesn't care. But I cannot see how you can defend